What is going on at the University of Toronto campus? Increased surveillance? I must say, I called this. I called this a long time ago. I knew it was going to happen. But before we get to any of that, you might be asking what I'm wearing. And what I'm wearing is this. Let's see if my camera can pick this up. Come on, maybe. It kind of is. It's I did the Sporting Life 10K here in Toronto. It was great. I would strongly recommend if you are in the Toronto area. It's a wonderful run, well organized. I did it at just like an hour and a minute, I think. So middle of the pack. Forgive me. I started running last year. Never ran before, if you can believe that. Started last year, did a 5K, 10K now. I might train for a half marathon, but it's really boring. Running is a boring sport. I mean, it's very taxing on your body, but it's just something that's just boring. You know, I guess. I mean, I don't know how people run half marathons and marathons. It's boring. No, but it's great. A great cause. And if you are in the Toronto area and you did run at the Sporting Life 10K, let me know in the comment section below. I'd be interested to know, did you do your personal best today? All downhill. It was actually a great day for it. But before I talk more about that, I want to talk about more surveillance on University of Toronto's campus for the encampment, the Pro-Palestine encampment. Let's hear what is going on at the University of Toronto.
Cameras surround the pro-Palestinian encampment at the University of Toronto, and organizers are sounding the alarm on day 10 of the occupation.
The university is actively surveilling students and continues to lie about this fact and work in tandem with the Toronto Police Service.
You're going to see that there is one camera pointing directly at the encampment. That camera also has a microphone in it. We believe that's being used for both like visual and audio surveillance.
The university and Toronto police both denying the accusation. We're told all video equipment in the area has been there a long time as part of usual campus safety practices and is being used as such. Neither the university nor Toronto police have added anything new in recent weeks.
Okay, so before I continue with the video, did the protesters not notice the video and cameras and audio equipment that was there before? Now, if they are net new, can you really blame the university? Remember, this is an illegal encampment. It's not legal by any means. It's private property. It's a full-on barricaded, I wouldn't say barricaded, fenced-in encampment. I should actually go down there a day and just take a video and share with you. This is an encampment. There are fences up. There are signs up. I don't think you can get into the encampment without there being some like security person from the encampment, some student letting you in. It is a true encampment and it is on private property. So I believe like if you're a private property owner, you have the right to put up security cameras on your property. We'll let the video continue to play.
None of the equipment is capturing audio, and the university is not using any form of facial recognition technology or artificial intelligence for surveillance. Toronto police adding, unless there is a security or public safety concern, police involvement at the encampment will only occur at the university's request.
I count 4 cameras in this shot right now, not including yours. So that seems to me to be a flat out lie.
Organizers accusing police of lying and claiming surveillance of the encampment is a violation of their privacy and freedom of expression rights.
Face surveillance is the most dangerous of the many new technologies used by law enforcement, particularly a risk posed to Black and racialized people.
Meanwhile, organizers say they're making no headway.
Wait, how is that a risk to Black and I think she meant racialized people?
With the university on their 3 main demands: for U of T to disclose its investments, divest from Israeli assets, and cut ties with Israeli academic institutions.
What we've seen so far, day 10, is this bureaucratic slowdown of any possibility of conversation.
Onlookers tell us they wish the space was more inclusive of those with different views on the conflict.
I would feel so great if every 40th sign was free the hostages or peace, two-state solution, something. I just don't see anything of that. So that it's hurtful to me as a Jew, but I still totally respect their right to be here.
The students here have a very firm commitment opposing all forms of hate and discrimination, including anti-Semitism.
We did have a sneak inside.
Including anti-Semitism, and yet no signs opposing it. Well, folks, I hate to be that person to say I told you so, but a few weeks ago in a video where I went on about the encampment, which is illegal, I said that this will lead to increased security measures, including all types of surveillance, and maybe is this the laying the groundwork for AI and facial recognition. Now, I know this university is not doing that, or at least that's what they say they're not doing, but it gets you thinking. It's like illegal encampments on university property. Yeah, like facial recognition, tying that individual to, their university academic career could actually be something in the future. Do I agree with that? This is the thing. These encampments are illegal, and that is private property. And I don't know if the university could actually go that far to say, Christopher, you were the leader of the encampment, and we're going to tie that to your university record. But I think that would give students a lot of sober second thought about actually protesting, particularly when the protests don't acknowledge all sides of an issue. To the Jewish person's comment about no signs showing, free the hostages, keep it a safe space for Jewish students. By the way, safe space for Jewish students, it is well documented across universities and colleges in Canada and the United States about the unsafe nature, the hostility that Jewish students face on campus. That is well documented, and the encampment is a perfect opportunity for students to come out and say, we are not here to promote anti-Semitism. We're not here to promote any type of Jewish hatred in our encampment. We are here to actually say there's a real issue happening in the Middle East, and what we're saying isn't reflective of the Jewish people. This is reflective of the government of Israel. But that's clearly not what's happening. I should actually go one day and just walk around the encampment. It is an encampment. There are fences. You can't get into the encampment. It is not a protest where there's just a bunch of tents and a bunch of people walking with signs in a park. It's like an encampment with fences blocking access points. And here's the thing about all of this. Students, this is to you. There's only one way I see this ending. The university president there's two ways. Either protesters are going to be like I'm kind of sick of this. Nothing's really moving. They're going to give up. Or the university's going to be like, okay, guys, you had your fun. Party's over. Tell the rest of the crew, if you get that reference. No, but the party is over. This is illegal. This is private property. And if you don't leave within the next 48 to 72 hours, we are going to call the police, and they're going to forcibly remove you. And there may even be criminal charges because you are trespassing on private property. And if you want that on your record, that is your discretion as an individual, but that's what's going to happen here. And students will unfortunately have to, fortunately/unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, will have to leave. And someone correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about that outcome. And the reason I think that is because the demands by the students are just too onerous. They want the university to disclose its investments. They want the university to divest. Fell off my handle there. My handle from my chair. Divest from companies that support apartheid. And then also divest from Israeli educational institutions as well. And that's just not going to happen. I think another demand of the students is for the university to demand of the companies it invests in whether or not they condemn genocide that the government of Israel is doing. And that's just not going to happen. The university is not going to do that. You remember, the university invests for a series of reasons, primarily, I believe, for the pensions of the professors and the faculty who have spent, 30 years working in the institution, giving a portion of their paycheck to the institution to invest. Yeah, they have to guarantee a return on investment for those individuals. And that's not going to happen if they take a very, in my opinion, politicized approach to this issue. It is politicized. It's not asking for people to denounce genocide, et cetera, et cetera. That's a politicized perspective to take, because remember, we're saying denounce this genocide, denounce this war crime, denounce this specific action. Forget about the other stuff that's happening around the world. We're not going to talk about that. Remember, the majority of the University of Toronto's investment portfolio is in the United States of America. In big tech companies like Microsoft, Apple, Google, there's no discussion by the students about the atrocities worldwide that a lot of these big tech companies engage in, right? So cheap labor, skirting labor laws. Some of these tech companies invest in smartphone technology. There's cobalt mining happening for Apple in particular, for phones. It just, there's a lot that these students could pick up on with a given investment portfolio of the University of Toronto. But they're choosing to focus on the conflict in the Middle East and turn a blind eye to the other potential atrocities they could actually link the University of Toronto's investment portfolio to. So it is very politically motivated. Let's not get around that. And the demands are too onerous. The university is not going to condone those three, not going to do those three things, again, because it's just not in the interest of their shareholders and of their guaranteed return on investments that they have to provide for their pension fund for retirees. It's just not possible. So students, that's my message. That's how I see this ending. Someone let me know in the comment section below if that's not what you think, and let me know why. I'd really like to know the specifics. So let me know what you think. And remember, run if you can, and if it's something that interests you, because it is actually quite rewarding. And you do get that runner's high and things like that. But anyways, that's it for me. Let me know what you think in the comment section below.